Massachusetts, though I live here in New Hampshire. I'm curious about a couple
I'm telling you that.
well, like you, I'm not from New England. I'm from a similar area. I'm from Oakland, California. So yeah, so this place is like utopia to me.
Right.
Just
Did they tell you before you came what the temperature was?
I found out on the way here.
Uh-huh.
My wife said, they got like 18 inches of snow, and I'm like, snow? What's that? And 1 month after I got here, I said, when does the snow stop?
Yeah.
And everyone laughed at me. I'm curious about something. The one thing that Republicans seem to tout right now is the economy.
Yeah.
And how do you convince people that the other it seems to me when I look at this that the other shoe is eventually going to drop.
Yeah.
The other shoe is going to fall.
So first of all, I meant what I said. Yeah, I'm sorry. Marcus is asking about how do you answer. I'm going to paraphrase.
Yeah,
it's not
sure,
a fair
absolutely.
paraphrase.
Absolutely.
How do you answer the Republicans who say it's all about the economy? The economy is great, and then your coda was how do you convince people that the other shoe's going to drop?
Yeah, it looks like the other shoe is destined to drop.
Yeah, well, because it always does.
Because
right?
it always does. Every time I see Republican policies come in, something bad happens on the other side.
Yeah.
At least from my experience.
Also totally foreseeable.
Right.
Because it's not like it just happens that the economic truck goes into a ditch. They're actually driving it into I'm not kidding. You think this is not a mistake. I can tell you why I am convinced it's not a mistake, because some of their principal philosophical organizers will tell you so in if you draw them out. First of all, this point about what the real economy is, what people are actually experiencing, that unemployment is low if you count all the folks who are working in. We put a lot of attention on the minimum wage. We raised the minimum wage higher, I think, than any other state. When we did 37%, it went up. Try living on it. Even at a higher rate, it's not livable. The inflation rate, the stuff you actually need to pony up for, those prices are going up. Healthcare premiums are going up. Housing is going up everywhere, by the way. I was going to say that's probably one reason you live here rather than in Boston. But it's going up here too, just as fast. Affordable housing and workforce housing is vanishing as the economy strengthens. So I think that the first point is that the economic indicators. By the way, the Dow Jones is not an economic indicator, right? If you God bless you if you trade for a living, but that's not an economic indicator. It's not. I don't know when we started talking about it like it was. So the first thing I think is important to do is to talk about what the real economy is. And people aren't statistics. Do they feel like they're able to move forward? Most people feel stuck. Most people feel stuck. I hope you don't, but a whole lot of people feel stuck. Then we have the overhang, which is to Europe. What happens when the inevitable business cycle swings the other way, and people, because there's a big part of the economy which is psychological, right? And people seize up and they say, okay, I'm going to stop buying stuff or building stuff or what have you. We don't have access to the tools we used to have at the federal level to help, because they've been using all these tools to falsely prop up those numbers, right? And we're gonna have to talk about that. Now, I don't want to leave the impression that means there's nothing to do, because there has to be something to do. And some of the things we have to do, we are all talking about. We have a huge overhaul of our tax system, corporate, personal. In my case, the estate tax should go up rather than do a wealth tax, a different way of a way we know works to address some of the non-recurring needs we have, student debt, for example, even reducing national debt as a strategy. But you have to have some stuff to be able to meet those unmet needs. And I think a sustained growth strategy is what we call the opportunity agenda, which is about investing in education, innovation, and infrastructure. Things that interconnect, that we use to great effect in Massachusetts, that are tailored for differences in regional conditions. And I mean, you consider the amount of work we gotta do there, that's a generational shift. That's a sustainable, gradual widening of the economy that creates a place for people in the middle and the marginalized. In the way back,